Hello. I'm gonna read this thing. It's a story I made. It's in a blog post of a sort. I just wanted to show that I'm able to do this kind of stuff, making a story. It's still in progress, as you can see in here, but a few of the parts in here is completed and stuff. So I want to read it, like to uh help intonations and see if there's any mistake I made while writing this. Yeah, it's called The Murder of Doggy. It's right there in the title. And then there's my thingamajig there. Alright. Emo K. Tuffin was unlike any other woman. She had a loving husband who she was very, very happy with. And although she may be a bit crazy for him, her husband always seems to understand her. Uh, always. Every second with him feels like an eternity for her. A fun one, that is. The windows have been shining since dawn, and Emu finally stirs awake and opens her bright orange eyes. What a brand new day, isn't it? Although someone's missing. Where is Milo? Oh right, right. I read his name Milo instead of Milo. Well, she didn't really bother thinking about his absence. After all, he loved his morning walks. She gets out of her bed, do her morning routine, and clean the house, sweeping some dust, a small paper, leftover trash from last night. Just any kind of trash. Last night was kind of a mess. They were staying up late together, watching romance and thrillers from the television. There were a lot of movies in the list that night, so they might as well watch them all. She chuckled, remembering yesterday Mio accidentally slipped on his own trash, scared by the killer who suddenly appeared in the scene. What a night! What a night! That night was fun. But after hours, her husband hasn't returned. She looked for anything, but no note or anything was found to indicate why he left. Emu panicked. She walked out the door, walking with her feet lightly stepping the pavement, her ears turned to any directions she could think of before anywhere at all. Her hands turned to fists, shaking. Suddenly, she heard a noise nearby, and it sounds like behind an alleyway. Doggy is behind an alleyway. Milo is with Doggy. Oh, what? That bitch. That dirty blazer. What's he doing there? Her feral predator mind starts to growling, ripping the memories of her love with Milo. Her eyes slits, and suddenly she pounces on Doggy. With the dog below, her claws starts to unsheathe, and Doggy was scratched. But her husband stopped her from attacking further. She kept screaming and screaming at that idiot, showing no remorse, that would kill for satisfaction. Doggy ran away, afraid and panting, passing Emu and Milo. Emu mutters under a curse. Emu mutters under a curse. What? Emu mutters a curse under her breath. Finally, she looks at Milo with disbelief. Milo and Emu are talking while walking down the pavement, arguing for a quarter of an hour. Milo was assuring her, saying that he still loves her and she's still who he needs, pleading for forgiveness. But do you think she's gonna believe that easily? You're not falling for it. She curses loudly at Milo and runs away from him, leaving the person she used to know as her husband, and back to the home while her eye starts to fill with black spots. For there is nobody, nothing will hold her whispering devils. Her thought starts to run wild and feral. Her thoughts, her jokes, all she said whispered back to her as an order. Her eyes slits and looks around the house, glistening because of earlier crying. And then there it was. A metal blade in the kitchen shines brightly under the afternoon light. The serrated knife sitting on the dishwasher, cleansed before noon, before she left the house. And you know what? That knife could be a servant for a bit. Perhaps it's time to learn together, little knife. The day is still bright, yet the pads of Emu's feet tread carefully where no animal would be. Each breath she exhaled, her heart pounded with bitterness, madness. Her cold knife shakes in fear by her hand. Doggy is found in a silent park, sitting below a tree. Unusual, very unusual. By then, Doggy would be back in her office or her home, not at a park like a dog without her man. Ridiculous. Emu shook the stray thought. Emu shook the stray thought, focusing instead on the task at hand. Then crawling beside the sleepy dog, she looks at her, dry marks of tears beneath the dog's cheeks. What the hell, Emu? Stop focusing on little things already! And so, her paws grip beneath the ground and pounces on Doggy, covering her mouth and nose as best as she could. Meanwhile, Doggy can scream and call for help, scratching Emu's arms and kicking helplessly. She then drifts to her second last sleep. She then slowly puts little imp Doggy behind her back. Emu remains blending in with the shadow, fear of getting caught by curious eyes. And although this was her wish to end whatever this woman did to her husband, listening to Doggy's snore and whimpers remind her of... Oh, never mind. Let's entertain. A little bit of rope, a little bit of cloth, and just a little bit of fun. She was at the shed, then she left the shed. She thought a bridge would be a good place to hide and punch the dog. Below the bridge, at one of the poles, she tied Doggy around the ropes, gripping her body, and the wet cloth sealing her mouth shut. She looks up at the sky, very cloudy and dim. She looks back at Doggy. She stirs awake and panics, while trying to get the ropes off of her. Futile. She grinned, she snarled, she grabbed her knife once again. With the light shining against the blade of her knife, the knife sheds its final tear as the sun peeks between the clouds. The first stab hits Doggy's left hand, puncturing through. The blood drips warmth like fire, and it doesn't help that she keeps stabbing each of her hands, left to right. The knife then glides to her legs, slicing her knees from right to left in a slow, painful cut. The body screams like hell, and Emu had to hold her laugh, for she couldn't be even more than happier. Her claws unseat and scratches her body slow and steady, careful not to cut the rope off. It couldn't get worse, right? Out of rage, Emu starts whispering against Doggy's ear, telling her heart out how much she ruined their relationship alone. And while whispering, her knife cuts her tail open, and she screams her final cry behind the cloth. The cat clawed the dog's face, and The skull beneath reveals itself, as if her mask had been opened. Hello, goodbye, your West, good night. Second by second, minute by minute, she let out a breezy relief, followed with a silent giggle. She threw her knife carelessly behind her, letting it fall pathetically with a red. She then unties the cloth and robe as expected, silent like how you should be. What a relief! What a relief! It's so quiet. It's so good. Too quiet and good. Oh, but she doesn't have to worry. Just like before, she can just brush it off like it didn't even matter, right? She grabs the body and tosses her into the ocean as far as possible and watches it sink. As she steps closer to get a better look at the body, her thoughts warn her to look down at the water so she won't get her feet wet. And rather than stepping carefully after looking down, her neck froze and eyes switched once again, watching the vivid monster in the ocean. It's not just any monster, it's just little old her, bloody, dirty, and dangerous. What did you do? Her reality finally fades away, and now what had happened? She looks at her dirty paws and stupid shirt, then landing her eyes onto her knife, stabbing the ground, coloring the dirt with uncreative red. The black spot re-emerges into her eyes, heartbeat suddenly spiking while her eyes start starting around in needing of help. And not as sun sets, she looks at the orange sky with dire guilt. She looks back at the ocean, and the body is gone. Running out of options, she submerges herself into the ocean, trying to find the body. It's too late. Swimming out the water, and she shakes, swimming out the water, and she shakes herself dry. Swimming out the water, and she shakes herself dry. And still, beneath the red sweater, the blood stains. The night is still nigh, but her story's at stake. She walks back home, masking a poker face beneath her guilt. She twists the knob. It won't open. She grabs her spare key and carefully inserts it and twists it. The door opens, and there's nothing special. Her body returned, complete but unstable. The house falls silent after the knob twists back to a position. The spots had disappeared, but the panic won't go. Her claws unseize yet again, and she scratches her own body as a way to punish herself. But, but herself won't let her. Nothing is spinning around her head except the dog. The burden, it's a slow pain, and it hurts more than the scratches. She can't bear holding this guilt, even showing this to her own. She can't bear holding this guilt, even showing this to her own husband. The sun is setting. Her eyes once again look around the house, hoping to ease the pain. She showered. She watched the outside. She even counted her fingers. No, 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 no. And nothing flew away, leaving everything piling up in her head. The panic won't stop, and the panic won't stop, and the panic won't stop. What should she do? What should I do? She walks out. She enters the shed. She searches the shed. She has to end it. She has to end it. She has to end it. I have 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 to end it. End it. End it. End it. End it. The gun drops, clattering to the floor after the loud bang. Her vision fades out, The blood drips with the bullet stuck to her brain, blood draining, eyes turning upward, and everything she once had a grip of starts to slip away for the better. Okay, okay, yeah. So how's that story? I don't know. It was pretty sad, I guess. I don't know. It's still in progress, of course. It's been in progress since a while. This story was made in 2025. Yeah, you can just check it out here. Uh, it's right here, the old draft, where it's still the old version and stuff, and this one is much more shorter in here, and much less. There's less passion in that, I guess. It's more of like some kind of what's that? Um, like the chronological order of what happened instead of the feeling of what happened, the tension, the everything there. I would say it's a glow up. Look, the this one was just 1, 2, 3, 4, but this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't count this one, I guess. 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15. That's a lot. It's still in progress, and I still want to like make it better and stuff. I don't know though. How do you guys think of the story? I'll I'll probably put the link in the description, of course. Yeah, not really the kind of story someone my age would make, but yeah, too late.